Hi everyone, thank you so much for having me. I'm probably the least famous person you're going to see on this series, but it's okay because I got spotted at a pasta restaurant recently. I was sitting next to a couple and they turned around and said, "Excuse me, were you part of the comedy festival last year?" I said, "Yes." They said, "Is your name Annie Louey?" And I was like, "Oh my God, please, I'm just trying to live my life." I miss gigging because I love going to regional towns. They're one of my favourite places to go to. One of the best gigs last year I emceed and there were 5 people sitting in the front of the audience and for some reason they were all wearing thongs, commented on it. And then after the show the bartender came up to me and he goes, "I want to show you something." And he was wearing thongs, but then he took his thongs off and underneath he had tattoos of thongs. And I said, "Where'd you get those done?" And he said, "Bali." And I was like, of course. I half expected him to rip off his shirt and show me the bintang singlet tattooed to his gut. I've been spending a lot of time at home and my mum, she is the least badass lady I know. And I'm thinking, man, if I ever got a tattoo, she would flip out, right? Because the most badass thing I've ever seen her do was have a fight with an Indian man at a factory outlet over the last pair of Adidas slides. And she won. And she took them home and turned them into house slippers. Bad to the bone. Nazim Hussain talked about his sister having a pen pal. I was allowed to have a pen pal when I was a kid, except they were all birds in my garden. Very sad. I would write letters that would say, "Dear Mr. Bird," and I'd put them in the real post box and my mum would allow it. Like, what? She would be like, "Yeah, let's fuck up the AusPost system, do it." I've been having a lot of thoughts, a lot of reflections. I am very into birds. I've been watching heaps of bird videos, but I've realised there's one type of animal people who are by far the weirdest. You know when you're talking to someone, having a conversation with them and going, "You're a little bit odd," but you don't know why? And then they'll say something like, "So I was visiting my horse the other day," and I'm like, "Oh, that makes perfect sense. Horse people." When I'm bored, I like to learn stuff as well. I've got a lot of weird random certificates under my belt. I have my mental health first aid certificate, and I got to use it last year on a youth camp. I was trying to calm down a girl who was having a panic attack, and while talking to her, I farted. And she laughed. But she stopped panicking. I just think I should have been nominated for Young Person of the Year, just saying. I also started doing another course at TAFE last year. It was all because I got dumped very brutally. And so this guy that I was dating, he broke up with me by saying that one of the reasons we could not be together was because I do not play golf, which I believe is my greatest asset. So I went back to TAFE and I did a course to become a celebrant. I'm now a qualified wedding celebrant. But to get some experience, I thought I'd also dabble in funerals. So now my casual job is as a funeral assistant, which if you say fast enough sounds like magician's assistant. We're going to cut your grandma in half, hey! Just kidding. But I did think that the interview questions were a little bit weird. Like, the first question they asked me was, "Have you ever driven a hearse?" And I said no. And then after that, they asked me, "Have you ever worked funerals?" And I think those questions were the wrong way around. Like, imagine you had driven a hearse but never worked a funeral. Like, sick hearse. Is it for funerals? No, it's for fun. And it is a little bit confronting. The first time that I opened the lid of a coffin, there was an Asian woman in there, an old Asian lady, and I was like, holy shit. She looks so good. Like, you know the phrase, Asian don't raisin? Yeah, Asian don't raisin, even when you're dead. It was like finding out, I was so excited, it's like finding out you've got bonus years. Like, I'm a stand-up comedian, I gig out late, I'm drinking all the time, I should not look this good, you know what I mean? Yet I do. I just feel sorry for some of the people watching and some of the performers on tonight. Reece Nicholson, he's only 16. It's so sad. My ultimate career goal, though, is to work my way up and then apply for a job at white lady funerals and then confuse the fuck out of everyone. Thanks very much. My name's Annie Louey. See you later.